Hello, everyone. I am Pastor Quay. And if you are not new on my channel, you know that I have been giving encouraging words and messages and things like that. I wanted to do some more things of sharing who I am, my journey with certain struggles that I had to overcome or deal with in my life, hence this video. This video is all about my PCOS journey and how it began. Throughout this playlist, which will be Conquering PCOS with Pastor Quay, I'm adding this playlist because I want to be able to encourage women that has any experience with PCOS or new to it, or you don't know exactly what it is. Just have a community where we can chat, we can learn and grow together, because it is a tough journey to be on. But one thing that has made it a little easier for me is, one, my relationship with God and being obedient to instructions that he gives me. Because y'all, he be giving instructions, especially when I feel like giving up. Because y'all know, especially if you are struggling with PCOS, and if you don't struggle with PCOS, you know, if you deal with hormones, how stressful it could be to figure out your hormones, how your body working, what it takes, what it needs, and especially when it comes to trying to lose weight, trying to keep up with your figure, eating healthy and all those good things. So this is a playlist, this is a video, a community where we can come together, talk about it, and not even just talk about it and kind of figure out what God wants us to do so we can be living the best possible life that we can do in God. So that's what this channel is all about. So let me begin with how it began PCOS journey. Okay. I actually struggle with having irregular cycles since I was 12. I actually started at 12 years old. And for me, starting at 12 wasn't a big deal. I was actually looking at 9-year-olds, 10 years old coming on their cycle. And I'm like, okay, my mom told me about it, but I'm not excited to go through that. I mean, that's just a bit much for me at 12 years old. But at 12, I started by having like painful, irregular cycles. I didn't pay too much attention to it. My mom didn't pay too much attention to it. We just know here and there I would have a cycle. It could be months or a year or so. I would start having a cycle and it would be very painful. It was so painful that for 3 days I would have to take off school. I couldn't move much. So this caused a lot, because also my mom didn't have to deal with that pain. So that was a pain that she didn't understand and she couldn't help me get through, because she probably thought I was over exaggerating. But anyway, yeah, so they were very painful. At that time I had a lady, she was like an Indian doctor. She was like, I'm just gonna let you know she's gonna struggle when she get older to have a kid. Now, we didn't think too much of that. I'm 12. I'm not really worrying about having a kid. I'm worrying about probably what I'm gonna eat for lunch or something. I don't know what I was worried about. I was having a good time, or who I'm gonna talk to on the phone. I was not worried about none of that, and my mom wasn't either. We'll worry about that older. You know, when I get older, that's what we thought. So anyway, so that's actually when I heard the first negative, at 12. So when I got to, me and my husband, we had our first son at 28. And I'm like, babe, we getting older now. If we're going to have some more kids, we need to get the process going. And I remember my first child, I was 28. So he was just a surprise baby. You know what I mean? So we knew we had to get some help, because I remember what the doctor had told me at 12. So we go to the doctor. I go to the doctor to get checked and see how I can have a baby, all that good stuff. So this is an exciting appointment to me, because I'm ready to walk out with results, tell my husband this is what we need to do, XYZ, come on. And so I go to this appointment, and in this appointment, they do ultrasounds, they drew blood, which was terrifying. I hate needles. I hate getting my blood drawn. I just hate it. It was terrifying because my husband wasn't there, and I usually be needing him by my side when I need this, when I get shots or get my blood taken. I'm just a big baby. I always ask for the butterfly needle when they take blood, okay? So if you didn't know that, ask for it if you don't like needles. They feel a little better. So anyway, so it was just this whole process of, doing the ultrasound, doing all these things. And they ask questions like, are your cycles irregular? Do you grow excessive hair? Certain things like that. And going through all of that I guess it was a little stressful because this is an exciting time of my life. We're deciding to have kids. We got a new job. I had a new job at the time, and I'm just ready. We're looking to renew our vows. We just had a lot of things that we wanted to do that were good, but this was very, very stressful because when all the tests came back, they finally told me some costs to some things. So over the past years, I wondered why I couldn't lose weight as much after I lost my baby, why it was hard. I could be working out months and months at a time, being so dedicated to it, but not losing any weight. It was very stressful, but they told me during that appointment that I had what they call PCOS. And PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. If you have 2 out of 3 things, they diagnose you with PCOS. And one thing was irregular cycles, so that was me. The other thing is having like excess hair. It's having excess hair and things like that. That was me, because I would get hair under my chin. I got talked about as a kid. Oh, she got hair on her chin, or she got hair on her chest. She just hair, So that was me. And then when they did my ultrasound, boom, they kind of knew right off because I had what they call a pearl of cysts. So that's the polycystic ovary syndrome. So I had the cysts on my ovaries in the shape of pearls, okay? So then they went ahead and diagnosed me. But y'all, let me tell you about this. That was like almost 9 years ago now. But let me tell y'all, when they said all that, I was stressed out. Nobody gave me instructions at the time of what that meant. They didn't say, okay, now this is how you have a baby, because that's the whole point I'm going. I already knew something was wrong. I didn't have cycle. I could go years without a cycle. So I knew something was wrong. But when I left that appointment, I did not leave with any instructions on how to have a baby. I didn't leave on any instructions of what that actually meant for me and my body. It's more like, here's the diagnosis, boom, be gone, that kind of thing. So it was a very stressful moment in my life, and especially wanting to have another baby and not really knowing what to do, okay? And so I prayed about this. And so God had led me at the time to a PCOS website. It was a community at the time that I don't think is up anymore. But in that community, they were talking about Ovasitol. Now, I've tried that for 3 months, and it did not work for me the way that I wanted it to. I did notice some symptoms started to go away. I'm pretty sure you have to take it longer than that. But for a person who was ready to have a baby right then and there, that did not work for me. I didn't actually have another baby until 3 years later. And I'm going to tell you all what happened throughout my journey to get me there. But I just wanted to talk about the beginning and how frustrated I was not really having real answers, because at the time that was not a focus. It was more so, here's the diagnosis and that's it. You didn't have a lot of communities. You didn't have a lot of people sharing or people that understood what you were going through. And what I've learned in my sense, I guess within the 9 years of actually having 2 more babies, and guess what, y'all? So in my journey of having 2 more babies and another one in the bun cooking right now, there are certain things that I've learned with dealing with the hormones, things to take, things not to take, um, things to, just certain things that I've learned even in pregnancy, because one thing that we don't talk a lot about is when we are pregnant and have PCOS, how to move forward. Because usually when we get pregnant, we have PCOS, we're like, oh, I'm normal now. I'm normal. I am normal. I can move like everybody else. But that's not it. And not saying that we're not normal. One thing that when they tell you that you have PCOS, they tell you it can't be cured. So you be thinking a illness, a sickness, or whatever. But the way God gave it to me is that it's a different way of living. It's a different way of doing things. And that's it. You just have to do things a little different than everybody else. Some supplements you may need, some you may not, So it's a different way of living. So in this different way of living, it could be frustrated. It could be just a big headache of trying to figure everything out, because you always hear something work and then something don't work, and then it's all too according to your body. The biggest frustration for me is I don't have the skinny PCOS. I have the overweight one, and it's hard to lose weight one, So we're going to be talking about things, figuring things out, going through some life tips, going through some encouraging words that God gives us, supporting each other. And I want you all to like and subscribe to this video. Also, tell me about your journey. Even if it's just a snippet, or if you want to do a video or something, you can let me know your journey, and let's help each other out. Like and subscribe again. We are conquering PCOS with Pastor Quay. Thank you so much. You all have a blessed day.